All right, so thank you everyone for joining. This is the first series of the Teach with Tech webinar series that we're having after the conference. For those of us that were able to join the conference, I think it's well appreciated. If you are unable to join, you could watch the videos on our YouTube channels. They are all there. Unfortunately, we could only record the second day, sorry, we couldn't the first day because of some technical issues. But all the resources and materials are already on the conference website, and it's available for every one of us um, to go view. We will start in a moment. I'm just trying to complete my setup for my screen. Arrange. Okay. All right. Okay, so today our focus will be on digital portfolio amplifying teachers' voices from classroom to global stage. I had the privilege of introducing this during the conference, but there was not enough time for us to go through it. And that's why this session is organized so that this will be the time we would really practicalize. So today is really going to be me walking you through building it. Now, I will go step by step. The videos will be online, and I will share both the process from end to end with you. And as I do that, I would also provide you with use cases. And so for this class, I created excuse me, sorry. So for the purpose of this class and so that people can see, I created a sample website that I posted in the WhatsApp group. And that just took me like a day actually. But in terms of getting the graphics ready, that was what took some time as I began to work on it. And that's majorly because I used Canva. So this is a very simple digital portfolio or an online profile or portfolio that I created for myself. I made it to have 4 pages, and whatever you see here are just, you don't need any graphic experience. You just need to get your content ready. And I will also show you the process of designing, the process of planning out your entire portfolio to be able to have content and then whatever it is that you need. So this is just the first page. There's the professional journey. And then I put some graphics, some content. This is just a very simple, I didn't really spend time putting up all the contents together. And this is a page that I call achievement page. Again, there isn't so much on that page. Then certificate and awards. These are few of the certificates and awards that I have, and then I just put in there. So before I proceed, I'm just going to walk us through a little bit of some presentation I have to provide context and context to what we need to do and why it is important that we don't just allow ourselves be limited by our current environment. Like I mentioned during the conference, as teachers, on a daily basis, you produce content as you teach in your class and you are churning out content. But a lot of times our performance or our assessment has been, rightfully so, we demonstrate and we see them in the lives of the children that we teach, and sometimes parents do appreciate us. But much more than that, we need to also be able to showcase ourselves beyond our immediate environment. And a lot of times, what you as a teacher have and use to showcase what you're doing probably is your CV, but the CV is not as elaborate, and that's why creating a digital portfolio is really the way for you to go to be able to do this. All right, so today I will talk about the design principles and the essentials. I'll talk about creating and then personalizing. So we'll go all through those processes. Why digital portfolio? One is a reflection and growth professional development tool. You can use it to showcase your growth over a period of time. You can use it. Secondly, you can use it to showcase your achievement. Like I said, a lot of us are doing so many wonderful things in our classes, but we do not have a way to show it beyond our classroom at the lives of our children, students, and then maybe the testimonies and the references of our teachers, fellow teachers, and our school proprietors and proprietors, and then maybe parents. You can also use it to showcase your ideas. You can also use it to build your professional brand. Like, for example, this might be something that I'm using. I could use it to build a professional brand as a coach, to display all of the things I'm doing and to showcase it so that I can have a website I can refer to people. So when you're looking for a job, your CV is not just the only thing you can submit. You can also provide a link for people to go and see your digital portfolio where you have documented your progress as a teacher, whether in your career, the things you've done, your awards, your certificates. A lot of times, people don't find it difficult going through CVs. In fact, now most recruiter uses AI to sift through CVs. But giving people such platform where they can see visually what you've done um, gives you an added advantage, and it also um, makes you look very professional, so to speak. All right, so you can also use it to network globally. Don't worry, um, the PowerPoint presentation will be available. Professional development. What are the ways we can use this? We can use it as a one. Trying to talk about use cases. So the use case could be a professional development platform where you want to use it to reflect your lessons and to do journals. You can use it to tracking workshop, conferences, and certification. You can use it as a teacher to share new teaching strategies. You can also use it as a teacher for self-evaluation against professional standards. So you would use this platform to do a lot of things. As a teacher, you can use it as a classroom, a way for you to showcase what's happening in your classroom, which is what a lot of schools use it for. But the attention I'm drawing on this is to bring it to you as a teacher, how you can use it for yourself, not just for your classroom. You can also use it as a means for you to offer courses, not just teaching, but offer courses, especially for some of us that are doing online courses, teachings and lessons, after school lessons and all of that. This could be a free tool for you to host your courses. You have a YouTube channel, you can link it here and people can um, go and view it when you have curated courses for yourselves. Career development use case, interactive teaching CV. So you can actually make it very interactive where you are able to list out the things that you have done as a CV. Evidence of impact for promotion and hiring. It could be a way for you to showcase what you've done. Say, for example, I want to put my journey. This I could have done on a CV where you have very monotonous, not very interesting, but I just easily put my pathway over the last 13 years in EdTech. I started, this is very visual. IT support at iDelta Technologies, IT management, IT manager, American International School, and then IT assistant IT director, and then technology integrationist, head of IT, group IT manager. You could have done this on your CV, but again, having this visual appeal to show your progress is really very appealing and shows your professionalism. Apart from the fact that it takes you away from being just a casual and somebody that is just tied to CV, but it provides you with opportunity to showcase some other skills that you have, soft skills like being able to design something like this for yourself. All right, recognitions in conferences and publication, digital teaching showcases, so you can use it to showcase all of the things that you are doing. I know sometimes some of us might have restrictions in our schools where you are not able to, because of privacy matter, you are not able to video your student in class. But that's not a problem. You can have your phone, mount it on a camera, mount it on a stand, and video yourself alone teaching within your class, and the voices of your student could be heard. You don't have to focus it on your student. You can focus it on yourself and on the board while you interact and engage and carry out your teaching without breaking any privacy rule. You are asking your class the question, they are responding, but the camera is on you. If your school allows that, then that might be a good way for you to showcase yourself. Or you could just record yourself teaching and presenting your case. So all of those are opportunities for you, but this serves as a platform for you to demonstrate that. Building a professional brand for yourself beyond your classroom, publishing and blogging your insights, sharing classroom innovation, growing your professional learning network, and then speaking engagement and consultant opportunity. So these are all some of the things that you can, opportunities that is available for you to use this. It has a overarching benefit for schools, where schools can also can leverage on digital portfolio to showcase the activities of their class, of their teachers, attract top talent teaching, encourage collaborative culture, showcase innovation to parents and stakeholders. So I would not be focusing on what the benefits are for schools, but as much as it is, I would want to focus on the benefits for you and how you can use this. So I would come back to questions. So now the first thing I want to focus on is, how do you start? So sometimes you might not have all the ideas you need to do what you want, and that's why leveraging on AI is really very critical in helping you do this. So you might not have the structure you want, but some of us, you might have ideas of what you want to present. So let me show you the 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 thought pattern, or the workflow of how I decided to go about this. Again, I could do it different ways, but I decided to leverage ChatGPT. So because I have been using ChatGPT for a long time, I just asked it. I asked it, can you um, let me rephrase that. Let me just I've done it. I could go back and pick all of that, but let me just copy it and then we'll start that process together so that it's easier. See. I just want to how I started the prompt. Let me show you. So okay. So because I have used ChatGPT a lot. So I just asked it, using what you know about me and the topic of the webinar, for example, create a well-structured outline for a 5-page digital portfolio that will be designed using Google Site. Provide content based on your knowledge about me for each of the page. All right, so I need to mute everybody now. All right, I will disable everybody's mic. All right, Dr. Ify, you have a question. All right, let me unmute you so you can ask. Dr. Ify, you can ask your question. All right, while we wait for him to do that, so you can ask ChatGPT to tell you, write a summary about yourself. I didn't want to, because of time, I didn't want to really do all of that myself. I could. And so he provided me with an outline of this. But let me first start with, I think, let me ask it the same question I asked. Sorry, I didn't. Okay, so I started with what can you say about me? Sorry. Let's start again. So what can you say about me? And so it because of my interaction and engagement with ChatGPT over a long period of time, it gave me all of these details about myself. And then the next thing is I asked it, okay, I want to design a digital portfolio. Can you give me an outline? Again, you could decide whether it is just about me. You can decide the different pages of your website. So this is part of the planning process where how many pages do I want to have and what are the topics of those pages? And you can use ChatGPT to also provide that to you. So it gave me certificate and award, EdTech leadership, speaking engagement and training, then welcome and professional journey. So once he's done that, I went ahead and asked it to provide content for each of those categories, each of those um, subtopics. So after you've gotten all of this, you keep chatting, you can edit it, you can add yours. And if you have the time and means, you can write your own profile and what you want for every of those pages. So just get that flow right. And then you can ask it to give you design ideas. You can also ask it to give you color palette, theme that you can use. So once you've done this, the next thing you need to do or you can do is to use Canva. Um, a lot of us might not be, most of us, again, you don't have to spend money on this. You just need to spend time. You can go on Canva and what you can search for is maybe you can just search for portfolio. All right, you search for portfolio and it will give you a lot of options for portfolio. You choose whichever one you want. I played around with several because I just needed a sample. I played around with a few and then I just edited it, added my own pictures and used Canva to design some of the pictures, crop them out, remove the backgrounds and put them in. So I will show you sample of what I, so I used part of this one and I used part of, well, I'll show you two that I used and you can see those two in my work already. So let me go back to my project. So you design your content and then you look for a graphic, a digital portfolio to help you or a graphic online to help you design whatever you have in mind. So I use this one as an example. I picked a few from here and then I use this particular one. So I will open both of them and then you can again play around with it. So what I did about you can just remove whatever you don't want and then you can upload your picture and then add it. So let me show you how you would remove background because it's quite easy. You upload your video. Let's say I put this picture now. Once you put a picture, immediately you see background remover and then I just remove the background. So if you like it, you just expand it. It's really very easy. You right click and do layer because it's behind. You can show layer and then it will show you on the side here where they are. So I want my picture to be in front of the about me. And so you can see how it came out. If you put it again in front of the other one, it will be above it. There are um, two about me here. It's just a matter of effect. So it's the same thing, but they opened one and did effect and make it hollow. That's why it changed. So again, you really don't have to do anything other than just, so if I want to change the wordings of this one, I'll just double click it and then type. Uh, and then, okay. So they are the same size. I bring them on top of each other. It's just a way of showing effect. So you get different templates that you want get your pictures in. However you want to design your picture is left for you to go ahead with. However you want to do it. So after blending all of those together, let me pull up the one that I used, so you can see some of the thought process. I used this one. I edited it. I used this one. Another thing you can do is which we will see as we begin the actual design itself, is that you can resize. If you think it's too small, it's too big, there is a resize option on Canva. You just right click and you will see resize this page. You can resize the page to different custom dimension, Facebook cover page, social media cover page. So you resize it as much as you want to just suit the dimensions you want. You can watch videos online on how to do this. This is not a graphic design class. That's why I don't want to focus more on that thought process. But this is basically how I got all of those graphics. For this one, I just Googled pathway and you will find it. And I just edited it. So Canva and other online graphic design tools allows you to do all of this very, very easily. You look for what you want, you edit it to suit yourself, and then you begin to download them. So um, for part of this design, I'm going to show us again how to download again, but this is quite easy. You want to download, you select the ones that you want. So I'm going to delete all the ones that I don't want to use, and then just leave only the ones I want to use, and then we can use those ones as we progress. So I'm deleting all the ones I don't want to use. I don't want to use this one. Okay, I'm using that one. I don't want to use this one. So you can delete all the ones you don't want to use. After you have done all your graphics and everything you want to use, you click on share, and then here you would click on download. When you click on download, I'm downloading all the pages because those are the ones I want to use. You can download them either as JPEG or as PNG, but JPEG is better because you're going to be using it for other things. So I would click on, sorry, PNG is better, sorry. You can increase the size in terms of the quality as much as you want. Now I would download that. It's going to put it as a zip file on my phone, on my laptop. Now, all of these things I've done, you can do it on Canva app because there's Canva app. So I will download this. I'll just call it training. So it's downloaded and it's in my, let me see, it's in my, because there are a couple of pictures, it will put it as a zip file and I will have to unzip it by just double clicking it. I would advise because of surface area for laptops compared to phone and tablet, you should do this on your laptop, and then you will be able to easily do what you need to do. So now I have all my contents ready. I have my design ready. Now, where do I go to do this? So today we'll focus on one particular tool, which is Google Sites. It is free. You already have it on your whenever you open your Gmail, you automatically have a Google site. And so you are able to do this at no cost. For free Google sites, for free email accounts, Google gives you 15 GB. If you have so many stuffs on your email and on your OneDrive, it will reduce your GB. And so even if you need to buy more space, you could buy more space, or you could just empty out some things. Because as you upload resources into your SharePoint site, it's most likely going to be on your OneDrive. All right, so now let's go to SharePoint site. I would not use the TTC because I know a lot of us wants to use our personal Gmail. So I would use my personal Gmail to do this so that there is no confusion and you will be able to walk yourself through that process of doing it. Now, in terms of the designing on SharePoint sites, you can always watch videos online too. If you have some specific ideas you have that you don't know how to do it, it might not be exhaustive in this training, but you can always refer to Google site videos on YouTube. There'll be a lot of guide. The same thing with Canva. Whatever you want to do on Canva for your graphics, you can always watch videos and to help you do all of those things. Now, the next thing we need to do now is we need to go to our Google site. So one of the ways you can find Google site is to go into your personal email. So let me start with my personal email, and you will find it here. But sometimes, because it's the personal one, you might not find it here. So you might not find it here, but that doesn't mean you do not have access to it. What you just need to do is go to sites.google.com, sites.google.com. If you are logged in into your Gmail on your Chrome, it would automatically pick it. But because I have multiple, so the default account on my phone is my official one. So I'm going to switch it to the account that I want to use, the personal account that I want to use. I'll switch that, and then immediately you would see the Google site. Now, there are lots of templates, but for the sake of today, you could pick anyone that you could try out, anyone that you think might give you something to start from if you don't want to start from scratch. You have different categories. So this is for work. This is for a professor if you are in higher education and you want to document all of your work. You can use the professor one. It will give you something or somewhere to start from. Before I start this, maybe in another 5 minutes, I would attend to questions. I saw a few people raised up their hands already. So I would attend to questions. There are 3 people. Okay. There are 2 people with hands raised. So I would attend. So, but today, for the sake of this training, we're going to start from blank. So before I will click on blank, and then I will try to attend to. I know there are 3 people with questions. I will attend to their questions. So I will allow Mike for let me see, for the 3 people that have questions. I'm allowing your mic now. Then you can ask your question. So Dr. Ife, you can ask your question. Aguirre Francis, you can ask your questions, and then Mariam Chisholm, you can ask your question. So please ask your question if you do, so that we can quickly move on. Any question? All right. Okay. So so far no.
Morning.
All right. Yeah. Morning. Go ahead.
Chisholm, I want to ask: can somebody use phone for all of this? If someone does not have access to the laptop, can we use it?
Okay. So for Canva, you can use your phone. For Google Sites, you can view it on the phone, but for the design, because it uses a web browser, so if you can log into your web browser and you on your phone, you should be able to do the same thing. But there is no mobile phone app. But if you go into if you download Google Chrome on your phone and you start the process, you will be able to do a lot. But you will be able to do almost the same thing, but you'll be limited in your visibility. Because, for example, this is the view for a laptop. Okay, I've not designed anything yet, but let me go here. Yeah, I've not designed anything yet, but as we go ahead, you'll be able to test it to preview whether it's on a phone or in a laptop, and you'll see how small it is for phones. So I would advise that you can start on a phone, and then maybe whenever you have opportunity on a laptop, you complete your design on a laptop, and that's fine. For Canva, you can do everything. You have the Canva app, so you can do all your design on Canva on your phone. But for Google Sites, there are no phone app. It's a web browser based application. All right. So any other question before we proceed? Okay, so when you do the blank.
I have a question.
All right, go ahead.
I have a question. Is it all the the design on Canva that is free, or do you have paid design on Canva?
So if you search for a design, most of the designs are a lot of the designs are free, but the ones that are not free will show you that it's not free. I think for on Canva, the things that are mostly paid are elements. When you go, mostly the things that are mostly paid are under elements and under text. But most of the design, people put them there. Some of them are paid, some of them are free. Uh, so your free account should be able to get you what you need actually for this. Your free account should be able to.
All right. The second one, I want you to throw more light again on removing background.
Okay, so I'm on that page now. So let me bring this my image. Okay, so you see this my image. It has a background that I don't want. When you click on it, you will see up here, because you're on a picture, it will give you the option to edit the picture. If I'm on a text, it will change the option for text. Now I'm on a picture, it gives me the option to edit the picture. And one of the first thing you see there is BG remover. I think it shows the crown icon. Maybe that means it's a paid function. I'm not sure. Um, then you remove your background. If if it is a paid if it is a paid feature, there are a lot of free background remover app online. So you can just Google background remover online. You will see remove background online. So again, that won't be a problem. So if the Canva one is paid, you can go online and remove your background and then put the image on Canva. So those are ways to work around that.
All right. Thank you, sir.
All right. The last question is from Miriam.
I already asked my question.
All right. Thank you. All right. So I would lower all hands now and then we can progress. Okay. So I would also mute everyone again. Now, when you click on create from blank, this is what it shows you. Here is where you name your site. So I'm going to call this, then maybe I'll give it a name, whatever name you want to give it. Give it a name. That's the name at the title of this of the page. This is the name for the document. Remember, this is Google site. It's a document, so to speak. It saves it when you create it, it saves it in your Google Drive. You would actually find it in your Google Drive as a link. Look at it. This is the one I just modified now. So it's called Rotimi Afelmo. So that name is the name of the file. Okay. Now, this is the name. Normally, it will assume the name of the file will automatically be the name of the site, but I don't want that name of the site. So I'll put CRA, Coach Rotimi Afelmo. You can add a logo. So if you have a personalized logo, you can also add that logo. And we'll talk about that again, how you can do branding on this platform. So I can add a logo and you see it takes me to the branding part, but maybe I should just start with that. So I've given it a name. If you want theme, it comes with default theme. So let's see, this is the simple theme. This is Aristotle, and you can change the color palette if you want. This is Diplomat. This is Vision. And again, you can remove all of this as we progress. Level, then there is Impression. There are different themes, and each one of them have different colors that you can choose. And that color will determine a whole lot of things. If you are not satisfied with these four colors you see here, you can click on the color palette and you can choose whichever color. If you ask, for example, you can ask ChatGPT to give you color palettes. It will give you all the color palettes, and you can use that to design your own theme within it. So, for example, in the one I had worked with, just for that, I asked it for a design. I think it gave me some color palettes. Uh, So it will give you specific color codes, and you can use that to brand. Okay, so here, so call to action button, orange, this is the code. So I can use this code. Let's say, for example, it gives me that palette. Okay, so this is where color palette, style layout guide for your Google Site portfolio. It gave me all the primary color, this accent color, this. So you can use that to design your own theme if you don't want the default theme. So let's start from how do you design a theme? If you don't want any of this theme, I'll start with that. So you click on this, you call this, you give the theme a name, my website, for example. Add the logo. Now I have, if you have a logo, you can upload. I have this logo on my desktop, I think. This one, for example, this logo. If you have a banner, you can add a banner, but I don't want to use a banner because I have one that I want to use. Here, you can now choose color palettes that you want, or you can customize. So if I want to customize, I can go to all the one that ChatGPT gave me. This is the particular blue he gave me. I come here and I add that blue. Immediately I do that, you see it changes. I'll add this accent pink, orange color. Um, put that here. And then let's say I leave this one. You go next. Then here is where you can change the wordings, the text, the font text, and all of that. You can change all of that from here. So I would say, for example, I want to use Oswald. I change this. When I create a theme, see automatically it changed that theme now. You can see my logo is here. It has already changed that theme to suit me. And here I can still come in and change all of those colors the way I want them to be. Uh, but you really don't have to do this. You could leverage on the already predefined color themes that are um, on 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 SharePoint site, on Google Sites already. So this is the one I use. I just created. I can switch over to this, and then it will still change. Now let's finish our branding. So I can go when you click on this color gear icon. This is where the branding is. Navigation. Some people might like their navigation to be on the left. We'll see an example, or on the top. If you put it on the left or on the top, it will be there. You want your navigation bar to be white. You see it changes to white, or you want it to be black. It changes to black. So let's leave it at white, and let's leave the two navigation bar at the top. Brand images. Now I want to add my logo again so that every site I design, this logo will come with it by default. That's my brand logo. And then favicon. Favicon, you can see when you are looking at any website, you see this logo here that comes with every website. That's what's called favicon. If you come to site, it comes with the default of the Google site. So you can change yours. I'm going to change this to maybe this one, for example. I'll put this one. And then later on, you will see that it will change here when we publish the site. Viewer tool, you just turn that on. Custom domain, we'll get to this. This is how you now add your domain. I know during the conference, some people were asking for how do you get a domain? I would show us that. Announcement banner is once you finish building your site and you want to create an announcement so that when people go to your site, it will pop up. This is where you do that. You can activate announcement banner, change the color of the banner, and then put a message. Let's say you have a training coming and you want people to know about the training because they visit your site. You know how you visit sites and you see pop up on those sites. This is how you do that here. Now, I've run through all of that. Now let's go straight into the design. So I'm going to design exactly the same thing. So let's go to pages. So this is my home page. You could change your home page name as property. You could call it home page, or you could call it my whatever. Let's just leave it as home page. Done. To add a page, you click on this button here, and then you see new page. New page. Sorry. So I'm adding new page. I'll call this my journey, for example. Now, this advanced feature is good because whatever you name a page is going to be what will be part of the URL. And sometimes it could be very long. So I'm just going to shorten this one to MJ. That means my journey. So when I put my website, rotimiafelomore.com/MJ instead of /my_journey, you can use this custom part to shorten your URL to a particular page. So I'm done. That is the second page. Let's look at which pages we created here. Professional journey, achievement, certificate. Let's just create one more page. I'll create another page and call these awards, for example. And custom part, I might still call it award because award is not that long. So I call it award, and then I click. So I have 3 pages. If you see that the 3 pages text adopts the normal page. Now, my pages are at the top here. Like I mentioned, if you don't like it to be at the top, you can move it to the side navigation. If you move it to the side navigation, you see it here now, and you will see. So some people like that feel for side navigation. Now, for some of us that were asking about phone, you want to preview how this will look like on your laptop, you just click on this icon. You see, this is how it will look like on a laptop. At the bottom here, you'll see how it will look like on a tablet. And for a tablet, you have to click on this to open it up. And then you see how it looks like on a phone. See? So you see the workspace you have for phone is really very small. That's why I would suggest you don't design from a phone. All right, so you go back to your. Now let's start with the. We're going to start with the home page. Here you can insert image. Remember, uh, select is to select image from your drive. If you have all of those image on your Google Drive, you can find them on your drive. But all the image that I have are on my computer. So I would use the upload option. Upload, I go to my download, and this is what we did. This is the folder. So the first one I want to use is, let's say, the one with the welcome. All right, so I put it. It gives me this option. Now here, how big do I want it? There's an option. Do I want it to be title only? It will be title only. Do I want it to be banner or larger banner or cover? So this gives you the different options to what you want. So you could either use large banner, and that gives you all of this. You can remove the text. If you want to put a text on top of it, you can put that text. But since my graphic already has a text, I don't want to use the text, so I'm deleting that. Here, you can see that it is fainted. So this one is remove readability adjustment. When I do that, it's going to be very bold. So this is exactly what I want. Now you see that this graphic is different from, it's not, I have a couple of graphics that I downloaded. You will see that this one, where is it? This one is bigger and this one is smaller. What I did was I resized it just like I showed you on Canva. I resized it to a wallpaper. I used Facebook wallpaper. If you don't like this image, you can remove and change the image. I can upload another image, and I want to use this, my image. So this is the one I want to use. This is the image, the readability. Again, I'm going to expand it, but now I want it to be full cover. So this is this image as a full cover. My logo is here. You can decide to remove the text if you don't want that text, but I want it, so I'll leave it there. So this is my page. And to publish, you just click on publish. Now, here is where you can now, what do you want the name to be? So the site is CRA. I'll just write CRA. If it is taken, it will tell you it's already taken. All right, so I'll just write Rotimi. I'll write Felumo Rotimi. I don't think this one is taken. So it will search the Google database and be sure that it has not been taken. So you can copy this, and this will be your URL. We're going to test it now. And then you can manage who can see your site. Now I want the public to see, they can open it. If you want to collaborate with people, you add them so that they can design it with you. But we're not doing that. So I will publish the site, and immediately that site becomes available. So let me open an incognito window, and then we'll put that site name, and let's see how it looks. So, all right. I think my setting is wrong. Let me check. Publish. Nothing to publish. Why is it asking for login? Let's see, publish settings. Request public settings. You save. Let me share it. I don't want to share. It's anyone is public. Copy publish link. Done. Right. So. Uh, okay. So this is the site. Remember, I didn't really do much. I just designed the Canva. I put my picture, got a template that I want, added my picture, and then this is the first page on the site. And you see that it shows Felumo Rotimi. Now we'll keep using that one to test. So the next thing is, okay, this is my homepage. What do I want to talk about myself? I created another, you can create all the content that you want. Um, so let's say I now want to talk about me, about myself. Again, I have a graphic, but I don't have to use that graphic. I could insert and say I want to insert a line breaker or a divider. I want to add a divider so there's a little space between what I've just done here. Uh, so I want to add a space, line space. I've added a line space. Even the line space, you can change the color. So I'm adding this color to that line space. And that's it. The next thing is I want to now put a line divider. You put a line and that line is there. So now I want to insert, I could insert an image as about me, just like this, but let's not do it. Let's look at the other options that we have. I would now insert a text box. So this text box, I will write about me. I will make it a title, so it makes it big. I'll put it in the I'll put it in the middle, and then I can increase the font size to say 60. So that's about me. You can change the text color if you want. I make it red. So that's about me. And you can even underline it. So this is about me. And I'm done with that. If you want to add an image, maybe you want something like an image on here, you can come here and say, I want to select an image. You see how that looks. So you can use different images. Let's say I pick this one and I insert it. You see, it put an image for me here. You can also make it visible or make it shady. You see this anchor. Anchor is for you to focus on an area in an image. So if I click on this, I want it to focus on the image, the top part of the image. If I click on that, you see it disappears to the top part or the down part or the middle part, whichever one. So that's what this icon is for. So I'm leaving this like this, and I have an about me. So in the about me section, I want to add my image and a text. So I click on this. Remember, wherever you want to add something below, if you want anything, anywhere you click, when you add something, it will put it underneath the portion that you clicked. You have to click something. So I'm adding it under about me. So I'll add this content block. You could add 2 pictures or 3 pictures or 3 side-by-side picture, 4. So you have all of these options. I want a text and an image. So I'll put a text and an image here. So this is the image. Um, I can choose an image. But even in this also, you could actually still add a text to the top of the image. So I can click on this. When you double click, it puts a text box. I want to, because I want to put an image, I want to put a text to that. So this is a text box, and I can shift it up. And you see there's a text up there. So I want to say, let's say welcome. Uh, uh, for example, whatever you want, you can put it there. You don't have to follow exactly this. Just come up with your own concept and your own ideas. I am minimizing it. I can make it also into a title, or if it is too big, I can make it into a heading, change the um, color to align. And here, let me see, what did we do here? So I'm going to copy okay, so this one is content. Welcome. I'll copy this and just so that we don't have to do so much. I'll paste it there. All right, so I'll copy this also, change agent. I would also show us how that was done. You can, so you can highlight, change the color as you wish. So I have this content already. I edited this, wrote it, got ChatGPT to do the draft just because of this. I wouldn't use this myself without editing it. So I just got ChatGPT to write about me. So I'll paste it here. The beauty of this is you can adjust it. This image, I think, is too much. I can shift it again. I've adjusted it, and then I can adjust this. It will show you how it is being adjusted. All right, so to add an image, I can click on this. Again, you can select or upload. So I would upload. Let's look for the image of me that let's just use this one. So if I like this one, or let's say I use this one. So you can drag it. You see how I'm dragging it and it's becoming visible. Uh, so that's the image there. Another thing you can add is you can add a footer. So let's start with that. Whenever you add a footer, it's going to put it across all the websites. So this is my first page. I can decide at the end of this, I want to add maybe images to show a few things. Let's say I put this one here. I can add 3 different image to talk about. Maybe I can let's go to select image, and then I want to go online and just search for ed tech, for example. Because I say I am into ed tech, let's look for ed tech image that is good that we can use. All right, so I'll pick this image as edtech because I do edtech. So if you look at my tech coach educator, so if I want to have a section that talks about all of this and I want to represent it with image, I can write it here and even write a little article about it. So let's get ChatGPT to I'm just going to copy a few things from ChatGPT to just put there as edtech. Let's just now, okay, so this, I'll call this edtech, right? This is edtech, and I can copy this text and put here and say, find out more, for example, okay? So even this find out more, I can now highlight it and put a link there, okay? I can highlight it and put a link so that I already say find out more, right? So I can put a link and I can put a link and link it to my award page. So I could link it to my award page so that when you click on it, because say I have a EdTech page, on another side, and I have a tech coach page on another. So I can link it to that page, or I can link it outside the website also. So I'm linking it to this page. So find out more. Let's do the same thing for here. Let's say I look for an image and call it tech coach, for example. Again, whatever image you want to look for, it's good that if you if you have curated all of those images and designed them yourself, it will be good for you. So let's look at tech coach. All right, so let's say I pick this one, then insert it, and I do the same thing, tech coach. All right. I'll still go to ChatGPT to copy my content, and then let's say I copy this one. Okay. So bottom line is have your content ready, have your images ready, and so that you I'll just say click here for more. All right. And then I'll point this one to my let's point it to my journey page, apply. So if you click on this, it takes you to my journey. Let me just put one more image so that this looks more accurate. All right, so no, sorry. More. So let's say I use let's say what's the other option? Community tech and to hmm. I'm just gonna use anyone. Okay, let's just use anyone. All right. So you can begin to think of the use cases that you would have used to represent all of this. So let's copy this. And here too, I'll do out more. Okay, so you can just ensure that all of them are a little bit well aligned. Let's put it back to our word. So again, you publish. Once you publish, it will show you the differences between what you last did and what you did now. I've published. Let's go to the test site where we normally test things. It's almost immediately. Sometimes it takes a few minutes, but all right, so we can see that it's coming out pretty easily. Again, you don't have to be going back and forth. You can always test it by looking at the preview. You see now, you see when you are designing, you also need to consider the image I use is so big. That's why the phone is just squishing it. So again, um, when you are designing on Canva, just look out for the kind of images that you use so that it's easier for the phone to be able to accommodate it. And this is how it looks like on the phone. If you look at laptop, tablet, this is how it looks like. So you can use this to preview as you progress. Now, all right, so this is first page. Let's now do footer. I want to add a footer. If in a footer, I could add addresses. To do your footer, you could also add a lot of things. So I would, in my footer, I want to add all my social media handles. So you see, you can copy Facebook, LinkedIn. So let's bring those up. Um, I would I would open them on another. I'll just open them all here. Is it? No. Let me get all of those. LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, X. So I will copy all my profile. So you're able to put all your social media handles. And the beauty of it is so long as you copy the right link, it would attach the right image automatically. So that's LinkedIn. I'll go to my Facebook. This is my Facebook. I'll put it there. Let's do one more, X, for example. This is my X, C home. All right, X at Timia Fellow. Sorry for the delay. So you can add as many links as you want. If you have TikTok, YouTube, all of that, you can add. Let me add one more from YouTube. I'll add one more from YouTube. Let's just go ahead and do that. One more from YouTube. Once you do that, it adds, you see, immediately it adds all the links. The beauty of this also is that you can move it across to the side. I can delete this. So this is my footer. You can add text, a lot more text to it, maybe address, disclaimer, powered by. All right, so let's do. So powered by TTC, for example, and then I can put that in the middle, centralize it. Sorry, and centralize it. So then you publish. A few other things you can add is you can add table of content, divider, splicer, social media link, placeholder allows you to create something and then put something. One more thing I want to do, which is a very good trick. Sometimes you want to. So sometimes, let's come here. Sometimes you want to put an image that spreads across from end to end, maybe like a divider image. Let's say, for example, here, I want to add a divider image. If you add an image, you want it to go from end to end. The banner does go from end to end, but within the site, if you want to do end to end, then the only option to doing that is to add a text. Let's say we want to do an end to end here. I'll just add a text. Then here, I will go to this palette. No, sorry. Let me not do it within that. So let's say here, I want to add a text. I could add a text box. I've clicked this. I want to add a text box below it. Then I go here in the palette. I want to look for that image that I want to spread across. I want that image to spread across. Sometimes the use case for this is that sometimes you could actually design an entire page as a graphic, and you just want to put it as once you've designed an entire web page using Canva about me. Everything has been well designed, and you just export it out as a JPEG. You can use that directly and put it here. So if you think you have more flexibility on Canva to design an entire web page, one page, you can take that web page and put it here as a single page. The best way to do that will be what I'm trying to show you now. So let's say I used, I want this image to stretch from end to end. Let's see which image will be best. Okay, let's go to training. This is this one. Okay, so this about me, or let me use this one, my journey. I put it in. You see, it stretched it from page to page. Now, but it's only showed you a small part of this image. So what you need to do is you click on the text, you change it to title or to heading. All right, and then you begin to hit enter. See it now, it brings the entire page end to end. So the same way, let's say I have an entire page A4 size that I've designed my website on Canva or on any graphic design tool, I can do that same and I keep expanding it. So because this one is not A4, that's why it's now becoming bigger. Otherwise, it will keep going down, down, down. So that's how you achieve that. If you want to use that option, or if at all you want any image to go side to side, you can use this option to do that. And then if you view it, uh, let's say computer size, you see it brings it up side end to end. So let's assume this is our first page. Um, if you don't like this color theme and all of that, you can always go here, like I said, and change the theme. Um, or you can come back to my website, change the theme of the website, and it picks that theme already. Um, if you want this, if you don't like this background, you can always come here and change the background. You see, remember I'm using this my theme. I'm editing it. Colors, you see, I'm picking style 1, 2, 3. So if you come here, I have style 1, 2, 3. So if I change it to this, it becomes brown. That gives you the option to play around. But let's just go back to this impression. You see, I chose impression, it's green. That's why that background is green. If I choose purple, it will be purple. If I choose red, it will be red. You just can mess around with your colors as much as you want. I like my to be at the top. So let's keep it at the top. If you change from 1 to 1, you will be able to see different options that you are able to play with. This yellow is too much. I want to change it to this, and that's it. So I publish that. Now let's do another page where we'll do awards and certificate. I'll spend another 15 minutes on that. Um, and then I'll show you how to connect your domain to it. Um, we will not we will not be able to go through all of the stuffs, but you can always watch online. You see my footer is coming across all of my pages, and that's what footer does. So let's look at our words. I'll pick an image that I chose. I think I have an image that is award, certificates and award. Let's pick this one. Certificate and award. I want it to be a banner. Let's see, cover. Okay, so I have it as a cover, and then right. So certificate and award. I think I have some content that I created for it. So I'm just going to copy that content so it's easier for us. And then I'll show you how I did this. Um, you can do all of that. So here I will just I'll add the text box, and then I'll add another. So in the text box, you can always do this. So this is that. Then I want to put a header, my achieve. Yeah. So here, this one, I'm moving into the middle, uh, then making it bold. I can change the font size to whatever I want. Let's say impact. Then I increase the font size of the heading, or I can change it. Say this one is heading. I can change it from normal text to title, makes it bigger. Then I change the color to red. With text, you can always play around text, and then do whatever you want. So let's see, what did I do here? Okay, so I added a few of my certificates. And how do you do that? So you can get a page where you put all your certificates. You can actually get a page where you also put all your work experience. So a good example, okay, we'll do that of work experience before we round up. So let's say my certificate, I also want an image and a text, image and text. So I have an image and a text. So here I'm just going to type Google. So let me just copy it. So it's Google Certified Educator. I'm copying that. putting it here. And then I have a summary that I have. That's that here. Image, you upload an image. Let's see, do I have, that was in my drive. Let's see if I have my, oh, hmm. Don't have. So, okay, so this is my Apple, Apple. I'm just going to put different ones. So this is my Apple one. You can expand it to show everything. And here you can still write more if you want. And you can also shrink it if you want, depending on what you want. Now, this is the same. I can just duplicate, and then make all the changes. Change the image. You can expand by double clicking it. You can expand or reduce the image. So here I want to replace the image. I'm uploading, and I'll choose this one. I can change it to Apple Learning. Okay, let's say I put this one as Microsoft certified educator. Okay, so you can use this to get all your certificates, badges, or anything. You can use this to display that. Um, or you can decide to also put carousel. Carousel allows you to upload, if you want to upload images of certificate or whatever pictures. That's one of the benefits of carousel. You just add, so I'm going to select image online from my drive, or you can just add images. So I'll add this, add this, add this. Okay, oh, this is my Apple teacher badge. Okay, let's use this one then. Uh, yes, I didn't know that I had that one there. Upload. No, 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 no. This image, select. Okay, so this is my Apple educator. Apple teacher. All right. So you can, all your awards, certificate, everything, award actually, you can put here. You can also use this same concept for your learning journey, where I'll give you an example. So let's say I publish this site, I'm okay with this site, or I want to add gallery. You can add gallery. If you have um, a YouTube page or a YouTube video, you can add them. If you have Google Form, you can add them. But let's not do that first. So this one is where certificate and award. Let me pop. You don't have to always publish because it automatically saves your draft. Uh, so let's go to Johnny. So the approach I want to do with Johnny is a little different. Here, what I did was I went into I went into Canva and I designed this. We could still use this, but what I want to do is differently so that you see another use case to this. Here, I will change the image again. I upload the image of, that one is awards and certificates. So let's look for achievement. Oh, this one should have been achievement actually. But let's just move it across. So this image will be, I'll make it cover. Okay, so this is not sitting well. I'll take the other one that I did. So let's take this big one that I did, and let's see how this sits properly. All right, so this sits well. Achievement. Achievement should have been the place where I put all those certificate that I just did now. This should have been awards. This should have been achievements. And then the next one will have been, okay, let's just change it. All right, so I'll make this one I'll upload this one as awards and certificate. Oh, sorry, this is my journey. So I could, I want to do one more page, which is my journey. Okay. So this one, I'll put this, and then this is too big, so I'll make it a large banner. I think this, or maybe I'll make it a smaller banner, whichever one. So let's make it large banner. So this is my journey. So instead of approaching it this way that I used this document, I'm still just going to copy everything we have here and replicate it, but I'll do something differently so that you have another use case. Here, I will still put let's say I put the line divider, and then I'll put insert. I want to insert text. So by double clicking, it gives you all of these options that you will find here, text, drive, and all of that. Or you can also come here, it's the same thing. So double click where you want to have that, and then I'll put that. So I'll put this text. Okay. So I have this text here. Then I would double click this also is text, copy what I have here, my journey. Do that, and then I could do. So let's copy this inside here. Okay, so we have this done. That's done. So what I want to do now is I want to use the same stuff, but I want to now use this same approach, and then I can go to the website of the places I have worked before. And download their logo, for example, American International School, Abuja. I can download their logos and use that to document my journeys. So let's say I save this image, say, okay, so ISA logo. Then let's say I go to I would also download the logo here. I have their logo. Let's do so. I pick these three images. Then I come here. So my first job, I could say, okay, I worked at this school. Unsupported image type. Why? Let me get the image. All right, let's first do another one. Let's pick this one. Okay. I can put Raffles American School. I can put head of IT. And here I can put accomplishment or job descriptions, anything I want. I can put it here. I can just say job description and achievement. Right? So you can, and the beauty of it also is that you can do bullet points. You can do it as a bullet point and it will be there. So let's just copy a few things and add them as bullet points. So this is bullet points one, and then do the same thing. I have that head of IT. I can duplicate this, change this to say I replace upload. So this one. So this is quite a broad logo. That's why it's showing that way. But you can also, I can maybe reduce this and expand this more. See if it works. Okay. Then double click and shift it a little bit. So you can have this as an option for you to also showcase your job placement instead of maybe doing this graphics. Another option you can do is you can do collapsible. So let's say I add a collapsible text and I can say this is uh, profile. Sorry, professional journey. So it's collapsible. So here I can put Raffles American School with all the job descriptions. So let me call this one Raffles American School. All right. So what I want to do here is let me first put box and call this one text title. Okay. Make this one in the middle. Hold it, change the text, make it red. So this is my professional journey. The first one is Raffles American School. You click on it and then you close it back. Let me just duplicate this one and call this one American National School. Okay. This is another one. I duplicate it and I put Raffles. Okay. All right. So these are all other options. And so let's publish this and see how it looks. So you can use that drop down or collapsible to also document. And for some of us that have written articles, that have written projects and every other thing that you've done, you could also use that collapsible. Maybe you have, for example, you are somebody that does a lot of blog. You have April, May, June, July, August. So you can use that um, to make your website concise yet have a lot of things. You could use it for your frequently asked question FAQs. Those are a good example of how to use some of those things. So let's see our word. I don't think this one has changed. Okay, this has changed. And then let's look at my journey. So this is the my journey part, all of your job opportunities, and then professional. You see how clean it looks. Um, these are all some of the things you can do. Now, as we round up to move on to the aspect of linking your domains to it, what are the other things you can do? You can pull documents from, let me just create one more page. I'll create a page and call it, let's just say my work, for example. Um, Again, I'll put this one as advanced and put it work. So that page is there. You can always shift pages across from one another. So my work is the last. It will always take the banner, and that's why you can set a banner for yourself at the branding part. That is the banner that will go with all your pages. If you have a banner at the brand at the branching, when you are doing your branding part, where it asks for where it asks for banner, you can add a banner to it, and all of that will come with that banner. I said something about favicon the other time. You can see that it's already showing CRA at the top here. showing that here. All right, so let's do my work and let me just show us a few things we can add here. Let me reduce this to just minor banner. Again, I'm going to anchor it. Let's see the benefit of anchor. When I click on anchor, see it moves it back to the top. If I want to focus on the bottom, I move it to the bottom. So that's the benefit of anchor. So I've anchored that. Let me make this a little bit like a large banner. So see, it just brings my face and my name because I anchored it to the top. So this is here now. Um, a few things I want to show is you can add a YouTube channel. So let's say this is my work. I want to put a banner here, and I also can put a button. So I can say click here, click here for more, for example, and then you can put links to different places. We'll test some of those links earlier. Let me put the link to the YouTube channel here. So this is the link to the YouTube channel. I put that button here. You can drag it to the middle if you want. You can centralize it and it gives you that centralization. So click here, click for more. Now I want to put my YouTube um, channel. I'll still put the YouTube channel. So if you have YouTube that you have done before, you can paste it there. Search. It brings out your YouTube channel or YouTube video. So you can put a video. I insert this video. Now, what I want to do, I want to move this down so that it's part of the more. So click here for more. For the YouTube, you can expand it as much as you want. You can make it full screen, full length, drag it to the middle, centralize it. And the beauty of it is you don't have to go outside here to watch that YouTube. So I say if you want more, you can click on more. So you can do that with YouTube. You can also add your calendar, add map. You can add Google Slides. So if you have presentations or work that you have done before, you can add your slides or you can add them as a link. Like, for example, the TETC website is also built on Google site. You can see this is the banner that I was telling you about, the pop-up banner that says click here, sign up for upcoming Teach with Tech series. If you click on here, it opens the sign-in page for the conference, for this training. So that's an example of how you use that ClickUp banner. So let me show you an example. So this is TTC resources, where we have all the teachers, all the conference material. You can see the presentation are all PowerPoint slides. When you click on it, it opens in another page for you to see that particular speaker's presentation. For some of them that have videos, we'll also add their videos to it. It just gives you a way to present your work in different ways. So for example, let's say you are a conference speaker, you can add a picture of a particular conference you spoke at or a presentation you made. You put it there, you put the topic, and then you put a link. And all of this presentation, you put it in your drive, your OneDrive, and get the link and put here. I'll show you an example. And then you set it that people cannot download, or they cannot, if you want them to download, you allow them download. If you don't want them to download, they cannot download. They can only view, and I will show you an example of that. So this is a way that you can also make that representation. So let's go back. So let's say I have a slideshow that I have something that I want to show. I can go to slides. Then let's say I pick this slide. I can display it directly here. And here I have your permission to say, okay, I want them to view only, and then I share. Because if I don't do this, anyone that comes here will not be able to view it. It will be blank. So you can extend it to the size of every page, and then they can go left. This is not the complete page, so you can keep dragging it until you see the entire page of that presentation. Then you can go next. You can also still continue to expand it. So that's the full page. Now let me go to this slide and show you how you can prevent download. And that one you would always, so this is this conference material for that user. If you want to prevent download, you go to the particular file that you are sharing. Let's say it's this one. You right click and then you click on share. I'm sharing it and I want people to only access, I want them to be viewer. I want everybody that is seeing this. Where is this coming from? Let me go to my drive and just look for a proper one. So let's say this document now, I want to show it. I can say share this. Is it taking this long? There's a certain settings that you will go to and okay, let's use this one, share. Okay. All right, so here, so I'm saying anyone with the link can view. All right, so that's the settings. Then I click on this icon. I can say allow editors to change permission. No, I don't want anyone that are given access to edit. I don't want them to also change the permission. Also, I don't want people to be able to download, copy, and print. So commenters and viewers, they cannot download, they cannot copy, and they cannot print. So I can put all of these settings, especially if it is a document that is reserved for only you. You just want to showcase it. You can set all of this before you share it in the public space. So if I copy this link now, this bootcamp, and I say I copy that link and I put it, or so this is adding a PowerPoint presentation. Let me add a spreadsheet. That was a spreadsheet. I want to add a sheet, and that sheet's name is, let me check for it again. It's called Bootcamp Merge. So that sheet name is Bootcamp Merge. Look at that sheet. If I put it there now, the spreadsheet, anyone that sees this spreadsheet, no matter what they do, they will not be able to copy. They will not be able to download. They will not be able to print it. Um, they can take a screenshot from their, but they will not be able to print. They will not be able to document. And especially for documents, you can actually put a watermark on that document so that even if they do a screenshot, they will already see that this is an unapproved document that they are taking a screenshot from. So you can add all of that. Another thing you can do as we round up here is you can, for some of us that are going to be doing, you want to take survey and all of that, you can add a Google form to your site. Let's say I take this form now and I add it. People can come to this place and fill the form directly. The beauty of it is you can reduce the size of the form. So this is the form. You can expand it as you wish. Expand the form. And you can also reduce, if it is, okay, this is a very long form. So all of that, and people can go to the site and fill that form completely. And once you're done, you publish all of that, and that site is published. Here, I was trying to add a video. I was trying to add a channel, but I could only add a video. Another options for you to do that if you want to maybe take people to another page that is outside your website, you can use this option to say, I want to add a link, okay, as a page. So I'll call this one YouTube, for example, YouTube channel. So it is now a link outside. I can copy the YouTube. So let me copy the YouTube page. Copy and paste it here. And I say open in another tab so that when they click on it, it takes them to another tab. And then I click on it. You see that it is a link and it's already on my site. So anyone clicks on this, it just takes them to the YouTube channel. Here, I could only add one YouTube video. I could also do the same thing here. I could edit this and paste the YouTube channel directly here. So if they click on this, they go there, or I can put it as a tab. So as a school, you can put your school website here. It goes there to their website. Or if you have other resources or other platform, in fact, you can put all your social media link also here, but doesn't matter. It's better to just put them at the footer where you have them. So you publish all of that, and that is published. Now, one more thing I want to show is what is called embed. Embed allows you to create a page where you can embed other website, and it will be like a full screen. All right. So remember, we just embedded a form here, a Microsoft form, a form here, and it has a 13-page form. But you see that that form is within a page. What we can do is we can decide, okay, let's do an embed page. I'm just going to say registration form. The use case for this is if you always do, like, for example, we do training every month, and we want to have a page where we want to always post the form for people to go and register, and that form changes every month, then embedding a full page is the best way to go. So let's look at how that goes. So I put registration as a page that I want people to. I would always post items. Sorry. I will always post forms when we need those forms. So I'll drag it to the bottom here. So that's the registration. So here you can see that it's a page. It's completely empty. So this month I have um, a I have um, a registration form that I want to embed. So I can go and copy the URL of that form. Let's say where's that form? Let me look for a form. I'll copy. Okay, so family update. Let's say I get the URL of this form. Oh, sorry, this is not a form. It's a Google form. Sorry, let me just look for form that I have before. Okay, this form, I can copy this form, and then I go to the embed page. This is the form. Start the form. So you see, this page is the form page. Next month, when we're having another what's it called? Another registration, I can come and then just remove the form. See, it doesn't delete the page, it just removes the form, and then I add another form. And the site is already published. So that way you can have a page for registration, and you on a monthly basis, or as often as you have different survey or different forms, you put them there, or different registration, you put them there. When they've served their purposes, you remove them and then you add a new one. So that is all about that, about embed page and some of the benefits that it has. So we have all of these pages done. We've gotten a framework of our website. I can say, oh, my work, YouTube registration, my journey, all of them should be under one. It shouldn't be too much. So I can make this a sub by just dragging it and putting it on top of it. You see, it puts it under it as a sub. I drag it and put it under this one as a sub. I put it under this one as a sub. And then within it, I can arrange them as much as I want. So what that does is it gives me this drop down. And that's how you can play around with your sites. So let's publish this and then round up with the last aspect of it. So this is published. I will do a little bit of refresh here. Let's see how that comes in. It's still loading, still showing. Okay, so it's there now. You can see my work. It takes me to my work, my journey, my YouTube, all of that. It's neatly stated there. Now, the last thing I want to talk before we round up, because I have a class in another 20 minutes, is then how do you, when you share this out, we've seen that this is the link you would use. The publish is where you can review your changes here. So if you draft, if you've done something and you've not published it, it won't go live. You can always view published site from here. You can actually unpublish your site and it will not be public. So here, public site setting, this is your URL now, site.google.com/view Afelumo Rotimi. But I want to personalize it. I want to have my name. So you could just go on any domain registrar site and buy a domain. I use one that is local in Nigeria. I'm just going to walk us through it. So when you sign up with them, you can just go to anyone. You don't have to sign up first. You can start by first going to their website and checking if your domain is available. If whatever domain name you want, you can go and search for it. If it is available, then you purchase it. I would advise, because of cost, something.com, because it's not domiciled in Nigeria, is very expensive. But if you use anyone that is .com.ng, those ones are relatively cheap, 6,000, 7,000. You can buy a domain name for yourself because they are relatively cheap. I'm trying to get my code. Okay. Come on. All right. So you can look for any domain registrar in Nigeria. And then once you go, you just go to domain, go to their homepage. You'll be able to, because I have an account with them. So you just go to domain search. You go to domain search and then you search for any domain you want. You will see that anything with .com is quite expensive. 24, 25, but let's say you're looking for some that is that .ng. So I will try to see one. So rotimiafelumo.com.ng. Let's see how much that is. You can choose whatever name you have. If it is available, it will tell you. So you see, .com.ng annually is 6,450. .com is 24,000. .online is 5,000. .africa is not available. .app.ng. So rotimiafelumo.ng is 15K. .name.ng is actually 500. So .name.ng. So rotimiafelumo.name.ng is 500. So let's see if I can just quickly buy that one, and then we'll try if it's. And it's telling me this one is available. So I've added this to my cart. Let's see if I can check it out. I think I should have some money on their portal. You buy the account. If it is taking too long, I have one already, TTC. I will use that because their site is mostly always very slow. So it might take some time. You pay and you buy the site. So let's say, do I have 536 now? I think I should still have some money. Let's check out. So I'm using, well, okay, so I have available credit. So because I have a lot of domains. So I'm going to buy this one now from my credit, 500 ringgit, 500 naira. So let's pay for this. Once you pay, it's almost immediately the domain will be available. If you haven't created an account before, it will ask you to create an account. You don't have to use this one. You can just look for anyone. I'm not advertising for anybody. So once you, yeah, the site is always very slow. Once you make the payments and you pay, this is per year. It doesn't, at the end of the year, you'll get an email to say you should pay and all of that. So you could decide to get the very cheap one, rotimi.ng.com.name, whatever that is. Okay, so this is done now. I've already paid, my order is confirmed. So I can go to, so you now go to my domains and it will list out all of the domains that you have. I have a couple of them. Some of them I've stopped using. So let's look for the one we just bought now. So look at it, rotimi@felumor.name.com. It's empty, it's active. So you do that, then you click on it. Oh, no, so sorry. If you click on it, it's saying maybe that's a website. But what I want to do is I want to set it up. So you select it and you click on, when you select it, you come to, is it to manage DNS? It's come to manage DNS because you need to set it up. So you have to create the DNS record. This might be, but just follow this step. For every one of them is almost the same thing. You want to add the DNS record. It will ask you which domain do you want to add the DNS record. So it is this one. I want to create the record that will allow me do what I want to do. So you confirm, and once you create the DNS zone, okay, I need to copy the IP address of the previous one. Let's open one before. I just want to copy the IP address. I don't know it by heart. So I'll just copy one IP address. Okay, so I'll go back. DNS zones. I didn't want to do this before this call so that I can walk you guys through it. So all right, so let's let that. So I've created that record. You can now see it here. This here. Then you click on edit. So you buy it, then you create a DNS zone. That is where what you need to be able to link it, to be able to create emails, to be able to link it to a website or host a website. You need to create the DNS record. So we've done this. That's part of our job is done. Now you go back to your SharePoint, your Google site, and you click on your brand. When you click on this icon there, then you click on custom domain. So it's going to ask you, connect it to a domain. Remember, it's still showing sites.google. Now you want to make it personal, personalizing it to a domain name that you own. You click on connect to domain, and then you ask you what's the domain name. So what we just bought now is rotimiafelumo.com. Sorry, what is it? rotimiafelumo.name.ng. rotimiafelumo.name.ng. .name.ng. So it will show you this domain has not been verified. Google needs to know that you own this domain. That's what it says. So now we need to verify ownership. It will open you. So it will open to here. It needs to know that you own that domain. Then you click on next, continue. It's going to check for verification. Now it will tell you, okay, you want to prove to me you own this domain. I need you to put this thing on your domain. Then I will check. When I check and I can find it there, then I know that you own the domain. So it's asking you, select record is text type. You can switch. Again, you don't have to bother yourself about this. Just follow the steps. So this is what you're copying. You're copying this. This is the information he wants you to put on your domain to verify that you own it. He's going to contact it and check for that record. So you copy it, right? And you go to the DNS record that you have set. What it tell you to do is to add a record, a TXT record. I know it sound a little technical, but if you watch this video, you can contact me when you are ready to do this. I can help you. So you click on add record. Remember, we're on this zone now. You click on add record and you will select .txt. So you're going to type is txt, right? Type is txt. And then data is what you copied. You paste it there. Name, you can put at or the default that you see on the site. See? You can put at. Then you click on confirm. It will create that record. Then you can go back and ask it to verify, okay, I've done what you asked me to do. Can you contact it? So this is what we just did now. Record has been newly signed. And this is what we just did, what we just added. So we'll go back here and ask it now, verify. So it's going to try to contact to check. Okay, you can just keep trying. It takes some time to propagate. It's verified below. Yes, may take some time to propagate. Yeah, it does take some time to propagate. This is the one we just created. So once you verify, it takes you to a next page where you have to now give what is called a name. It's called a C name. So that once what it does, you have to, your site will be www, right? You have to come and change this www to another thing that Google will give you. You put it there so that if anybody goes to www.rotimiafelumo.ng.com, it will direct them straight to the Google site. So that's the last step. Let's just try this verification again and see if it will work. Yeah, it does take some time. But this is one more step to this. Once you've done this and it crosses, then it will bring you to some page like this again, where it will ask you to create a C name. And it will give you exactly the C name that you will create. So let me just create that C name. We'll use this tool to verify. I'll go back and my second class is starting. Let me just give me a moment. Let me drop a message in the class. While that one works, let me drop a message within the class. No, this is going to take this long time. No, this is not a class. Right. Let's see if this will work now. All right, so I'm trying to create a C name. You can either create a C name. Let's just use this to verify. C name. The host will be this. I'll copy it. This is the host. It gave us a host. If it doesn't give you a host, you use the @ symbol. This is a host, and then this is the destination. That's the record. We'll use this tool to verify it. I'll put that here, and then I'll confirm. Let's just use this tool to verify it. And hope the verification is done immediately. Let's just verify. Takes time. Okay. All right. So what I'll do is I would post a video also. Maybe I'll look for a video on YouTube that shows how this step is done. But there are just two more steps. One step after this verification is done, it takes you to a page where it tells you to create a www.c name. It's like a name that it will refer to. Once you do that, it takes 24 hours and your site will propagate. And the next time you go, you will be able to go to your site with your rotimiafelumor.com .ng.name and then slash whatever it is. That if this doesn't happen and it happens later on, we would just round it up that way, and I'll announce it as the group goes on. So once that verification is done, it comes here, you click on next, and then it takes you to where you put the C name, you verify it, and that settles it. So this is a summary of what you can do on Google site. I think the next webinar at the end of October will be doing the same thing, but using Canva. Like to show us how to use Canva also to do that. All right, so if there are, if you have any question, you can always post it in the chat. The chat is still there. There is a group that we all belong to. If you are not part of the group, please try as much as possible to join the group. There will be a second part to this training, and maybe then I will have verified that domain. Once it verifies, I will not complete the process. I'll wait until the next one. We'll start that completion of the process on the next training. But in the next training, it's going to be about using Canva to do similar thing. If as an educator, if there's any online platform that I think anyone that will suggest anyone pay for, it's the Canva because of the flexibility. I don't think you need the paid one to do the website. I will verify that, although I run a paid account on that one. But so this is you. This we will come to the end of the class at this moment, but you can always ask your questions if you do have questions. There will be an ongoing conversation around building your own digital portfolio. If you have any need for help, you can always reach out to me on the group and I will be able to provide help when necessary. Feel free to create yours and post it in the group, get feedback and get people to critique it. Then leverage on this to build personal websites for yourself, and you don't have to bother about hosting or anything. So we're just going to take maybe 5 more minutes to answer questions if there are questions. Otherwise, we'll call it a day. Thank you all for joining. Sorry, have I been sharing my screen? Okay, yes, I've been okay. Because I was almost thinking I wasn't. All right, so but my screen is not shared right now. All right, so what I would do is, okay, so for the PowerPoint, let me just share the link now to the PowerPoint. It will be the PowerPoint. I would share it, and then I'll add, see public link. See, I will. Okay, the presentation will be on the TTC website. You can go there. It will be available between now to before Monday as a PDF. You'll be able to. Right now, I'll create a public link where you can go and view it, but the PDF version will be available on the okay. I'll make the PDF version available on the SharePoint site, on the Google site for the conference, for TETC. You can go and get it there. There will be a section for Teach with Tech series, and the video and the resources will also be there, just like I showed us. It will be there. By tomorrow, it will be out. I'll post it in the group, the link to it, and we can all go and watch it. Thank you, everyone, for joining.